Hello and welcome back to another video in our Dance Physio A to Z. We're now halfway through the series, so we've reached the letter M, and today I want to talk to you about massage. Now, massage is a technique that physios use a lot in clinic, and it can be really helpful in improving circulation and blood flow to the area. At the right stage of the rehab process, it can also promote healing. But what I want to talk to you today about is release of soft tissue trigger points, or these knots that we sometimes get in our muscles. And I'm going to show you the top 5 areas to release yourself at home. Now, you don't need a lot of expensive equipment to get going with this. Many of you will already have a spiky ball, perhaps a tennis ball, a foot roller, or maybe even a foam roller at home. And those are the only bits of kit that you need to get going. Now, I'm going to start by showing you some release in the foot, and I'm going to use the peanut roller to do that, mainly because the arch of my foot fits nicely over this device. Now, you can release the arch of the foot in either a sitting or a standing position. Simply place the arch over the ball or the foot roller and roll back and forth quite firmly with some pressure through into the roll. You'll see I've got my toes slightly flexed, which puts a little bit more tension through the tendons that run through the foot, and this helps me to release those muscles off as well. And I would do this for probably a minute or two until you start to feel the arch of the foot relax, and then repeat on the other side. Moving slightly further up the leg, I'm going to look at the calf next. Now, you can use a foam roller to release this group of muscles, but today I'm going to show you using the spiky ball. Now, the calf muscle complex is made up of a number of different muscles, and it's really important to keep these pliable and knot free to help with our plie and when we're jumping. If you're using the ball, just locate a tender area and then just roll around that point until you feel the tension start to release. If you don't want to hold yourself up on your hands in this way, you can just wriggle around on the ball in a more static position. It gives exactly the same effect. And again, do this for a minute or two until you feel the tension start to release. Moving slightly higher up the leg, I now want to look at the outer band on the outside of the thigh, known as the IT band or the iliotibial band. Now, we talked a little bit about this area when we looked at our knee video, and I did show you a release technique then. Now, you can use either a foam roller or, again, I'm going to use the peanut roller today to release this off. You need to lie on your side over the roll and just place the other leg in front for some stability. And again, just pull yourself up and down over the roller, concentrating on any areas that feel tight or tender. You can angle yourself slightly forwards or slightly back, or stay completely on your side to release the tissues in the outer leg. And as with the others, this can be a little bit uncomfortable to get going, but as you repeat it, it will get easier as the tension relaxes. The next area we're going to look at is into our glutes or our buttock muscles. And again, there's a complex of muscles here that can get very tight in dancers, particularly as we spend a lot of our time working in turnout. Those external rotators of the hip can become very, very tight. And this is a good way of releasing those muscles off to help with our turnout flexibility. I'm going to use again this hard spiky ball. I'm going to come into a crook lying position and simply place the ball underneath the fleshy part of the buttock. And there's various ways you can do this. I like to just roll side to side over the ball once I've located a tender spot, and you can just hold over that or continue to roll just to release the crest of muscles just below the top of the pelvis. Alternatively, you can do some movements of the hip with the ball in place, which again will just move the muscles in and around where the ball is releasing. And similarly with the other areas, spend a minute or two doing this and you should feel that start to release quite nicely. The final area I want to look at today is around our shoulder blade or our scapula, as this area can become quite tight if we're using our muscles in the correct way when we're using our arms through port de bras. I'm going to use a slightly softer spiky ball for this, as the area is quite bony, so can be quite tender. And if you find this is still too uncomfortable, or if you're using a harder ball such as a tennis ball, I suggest you pop a towel over the ball just to protect the area when you're rolling out. Place the ball behind your back at around the level of your shoulder blade, trying to get it between the shoulder blade and the spine. And you can simply then plie up and down or squat with the pressure on the ball into your back, and you'll feel those muscles releasing quite nicely as you do so. It's also a good way of getting some plie and squat exercises in whilst you're doing this. I hope you found this video helpful today and have picked up a few tips and tricks about how to use some of the equipment that you might already have lying around at home. Hopefully your muscles will soon be feeling nice and pliable. If you have found it helpful, please do like and share the content, and if you do want to get in touch, our contact details can be found on our website at peakphysiotherapy.com. I'm Sarah from Peak Physiotherapy, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.